Nigeria Info.
November 2025, men seek help morning for Ifiemi Road in Israel on Hamas in Qatar draws global condemnation. Details of these and more after this break. With the news. Now we start the news this morning with a breakthrough in labor relations. The Nigeria Union of Petroleum and Natural Gas Workers, NUPENG, has suspended its strike following an agreement with the management of Dangote Refinery to recognize workers' rights to unionize. The deal was reached at a closed-door meeting convened by the Department of State Services (DSS) and attended by the Minister of Finance, Wale Edu, and representatives of the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC). Acting NLC General Secretary Benson Oba confirmed the outcome, while the Ministry of Labour said it will issue a formal statement soon. Now, the resolution followed a conciliation meeting convened by the Federal Ministry of Labour and Employment on Monday after NUPENG threatened to embark on strike over the company's initial refusal to recognize workers' union rights. Well, according to the Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) signed at the meeting, employees who wish to unionize can now start the process immediately, set to conclude within 2 weeks. The ripple effect is being felt on the ground. The Petroleum Product Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria, Petro1, has asked its members to resume dispensing fuel nationwide, ending a solidarity strike. National Public Relations Officer of Petro1, Joseph Obele, said the strike was called off by the association's national president, Billy Gillis-Harry, following intense negotiations.
Petron has apologized for the inconveniences caused Nigerians during the short strike, acknowledging the hardship faced by the citizens. Petron members have been directed to resume dispensing nationwide immediately at all the retail outlets by the citizens. Petron members have been directed to resume dispensing nationwide immediately at all the retail outlets. Normalcy is expected to return to the petroleum sector as fuel supply fails.
Not clear. Ima Wusu says it is workers in both public and private organizations to join unions. Wusu, a lecturer with the River State University, spoke with our correspondent.
Workers' welfare is a paramount obligation of the union. So if Dangote has refused workers in his refinery to unionize, that would be contrary to our instant law. And so Pengason will be right. So the best that government will do is to ensure that Dangote allow the workers in Dangote refinery to be part of the union, because it is their right. Stopping them from unionizing will be contrary to our instant law, and Pengason cannot watch.
However, yesterday, the impact was felt by commuters and motorists across Port Harcourt. Many petrol stations along East-West Road, Aba Road, Ikwere Road, and the Ifiemi axis were closed. Correspondent Siobi Oruare and Namde Samuala report that another filling station at Obirikwere Bridge was only selling fuel in jerry cans, leaving commuters stranded and slowing traffic as fewer cars were on the road. Meanwhile, the Minister of Finance is clarifying concerns over petroleum taxes. Wale Edu says there are no immediate plans to implement the proposed 5% tax on petroleum products. Now, he explained that while the policy is included in the new tax administration set for January 2026, proper procedures must be followed before it takes effect. He said the surcharge is a long-standing provision originally introduced in 2007 under the Federal Road Maintenance Agency FIRMA Act and is not a new tax introduced by President Bola Tinubu's administration. On Monday, the Trade Union Congress TUC rejected the 5% tax on petroleum product, describing it as a reckless proposal. The union said that the government policy, if implemented, will compound suffering, cripple businesses, and push millions of citizens deeper into poverty. Shifting gears to governance in Rivers State, the sole administrator of Rivers State, retired Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, says the government saved 5 billion naira from the August salary after carrying out a staff verification exercise. The sole administrator said this during the final event of the 2025 Civil Service Week celebration held at the Dr. Obi Wale International Conference Center in Port Harcourt on Tuesday. He explained that the money was recovered from ghost workers and imposters on the payroll. According to him, the funds will now be used for development projects in the state.
As of today, sum of over 5 billion naira from salaries and pension bills have been saved from the August way bill. These sums will be invested in projects and programs that will be beneficial for our people. Meanwhile, announcements are being made for anyone that has not received their pay to approach their permanent secretaries, heads of department, and go through verification process.
Ibas also highlighted other civil service improvements, including salary increases and 85,000 naira minimum wage for local government workers, more training, and raising pensions from 2 billion to 2.6 billion naira.
We have decided to revitalize the state-owned media establishments. Among the benefits we have approved is the payment of the 32,000 consequential pension adjustment. I approved the immediate enrollment of all pensioners into the free health protection insurance program. I have approved the implementation of the law that mandates the harmonization of pensions of retired heads of service and permanent secretaries with the current salaries of permanent secretaries. Never again will a retired head of service receive less than 40,000 naira a month as pension.
The highlight of the Civil Service Week celebration was the launch of the River State Civil Service Handbook, the inaugural edition of the Bureaucrat magazine, and a new pledge, vision, and mission statement for the service. This year's theme was 5 years to 2030, accelerating public service delivery for a sustainable future. And speaking of leadership, a policy expert, Elechi Wabara, is calling for stronger human capacity at the grassroots. Dr. Wabara, who lectures at the Department of Employment Relations and Human Resources Management at Ignatius Ajuri University of Education, spoke with correspondent Emekotoka. He urged newly inaugurated council chairmen to bridge the gap between leaders and the people.
It's important to note that the essence of local governance is to keep in touch and in deep connection with the people at the grassroots. Therefore, my advice to the newly elected local government chairmen would be that they should be intentional in their relationship with the people at the local level. They should be intentional in building and developing the people in the local level to have a developed mindset and a developed and competent people in our state.
Dr. Wabara also raised concern about unemployment among youth due to lack of skills, calling on local governments to implement policies to close this gap.
So I'm saying, therefore, that deliberate actions should be taken. Intentional actions should be taken to building the people. And our people need to be meaningfully engaged. So extra effort and extra finances need to be committed to acquire certain professional training that should help the individuals who graduate from the university to becoming competent, useful, and fit. Build the people and you build the nation.
In community news now, the paramount ruler of Oboburu community in Oba Ebemandoni local government area, His Royal Highness Eze Azubike Odum Dibia, has congratulated Chukwu Shedrack Omogu on his victory and swearing in as council chairman in the just concluded local government elections in River State. Speaking on behalf of the Oboburu Council of Traditional Rulers and Chiefs and the entire community, the monarch described the victory as the will of God for the people of Onelga and an answered prayer for the Oboburu community. He said Obobu Omogu's experience and maturity make him well suited for the position, and expressed confidence that his leadership will bring the dividends of democracy to the people. The monarch also extended appreciation to former PDP chairman in the state, Felix Obwa, popularly known as Go Round, and the Mbanabara Ago of Orashi for finding their son worthy of the honor. He prayed for God's protection and guidance throughout Obogu's tenure. We're going on a quick break. When we come back, we'll take you to the Eleme Road project as Minister of Works Umahi warns contractors to meet the deadline. Stay with us.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back. Now, a lawyer and conflict resolution expert Ndamzi Ekulo says the attack on former Obiakpo Council Chairman Chijioke Ihumo could lead to reprisal attacks. Ekulo, in an interview, called on the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and suspended Governor Siminalayo Fubara to caution their supporters and avoid actions that may disrupt the peace process in Rivers State. According to him, the state needs peace, and anything that could delay the governor's reinstatement or prolong emergency rule should be avoided.
Is totally condemnable, and that in turn it's a criminal act. Nobody has the right to attack anyone under the laws of Nigeria, and two, both factions have reconciled, so why go ahead in attacking anyone? You know, in managing conflict, one considers compromise and control, which is crucial in fostering permanent peaceful coexistence among people. So we don't need anyone to, endanger the peace that has been made.
On Monday, a viral video showed a cap believed to belong to Ihumo lying on the ground, with voices in the background saying he was lucky to have escaped. One of the voices alleged that Ihumo declared them wanted and insulted their leader, yet still entered their community. Meanwhile, police say they are not aware of the reported attack. On the political front, former APC governorship candidate in Rivers State, Tonya Cole, says he will contest the Rivers governorship again in the next elections. Speaking on Arise Television on Tuesday, Cole described the bid as a third-time lucky effort after unsuccessful runs in 2019 and 2023. He acknowledged former Transport Minister Chibuike Amechi for introducing him to politics, but said he has no plan to join Amechi in the African Democratic Congress, ADC. Meanwhile, a political row continued in the Senate. The PDP has described as unconstitutional the attempt by the Senate to stop Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan from resuming at the Red Chamber after serving a 6-month suspension. The party's National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologunwawa, in a statement said the reported action is a calculated attempt by the Senate leadership to abridge the right of representation of the people of Kogi Central Senatorial District and deny them a voice at the Senate. Yesterday, a fresh row broke out over the expiration of the 6-month suspension slammed on Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan by the Senate and her request for resumption. Explaining why Mrs. Akpoti-Uduaghan cannot resume her legislative duties, the acting clerk of the National Assembly, Dr. Yahaya Danzaria, said the suspension is still a subject of litigation at the Court of Appeal. Well, turning to infrastructure, the Minister of Works, Senator David Umahi, has warned the company handling the Eleme section of the East-West Road, RCCE, to make sure the first phase of the project is completed and handed over to the federal government by December 2025. Umahi gave the warning in Port Harcourt while inspecting federal projects in River State.
On this project of Eleme, the quality of the work is excellent. The pace of the work is totally not acceptable. And let me make it very, very clear to the contractor, this project can never be reviewed by Kobo. Neither can there be any variation on price or any other claim. I'm sure in this project we have had over 10 warning letters to them. They failed to adhere to the timeline for completion, which is 15th of December. We will not extend the completion date at all.
Umahi also advised the company to stick to the approved quality of materials as they continue work on the Ekit-bound carriageway. The minister further urged the contractors to return and lay more asphalt on the Port Harcourt-bound lane, which he said was not properly completed.
Again, I've directed you people, the palliatives we did in all the sections we are putting bridge or asphalt, we have destroyed them.
Yes,
that is either they were not done or they were badly done. So I've directed within 7 days to go back and put asphalt on those so that we can have seamless journey on this carriage, Ekit-bound distance. If it's not done, they will remove it from the certificate.
Correspondent Yobiorwa reports that the South-South Controller of Works, Tarilade Ewerama, also spoke to journalists on site, explaining the reasons for the slow pace of work.
We're carrying out earthworks and CROCP. We've done 1 kilometer stretch of CROCP. Our target is to complete this section by December this year. Although the incessant rains have really hindered the progress of work, but with the pace we're going and if the weather improves as we pray it should, by December we'll deliver this carriageway.
And finally, a growing social issue is drawing attention. Women collecting transport fares from men and not showing up for meetings has sparked mixed reactions. This is after a viral video of Police Public Relations Officer Grace Iringikoko described the act as fraudulent and punishable under the law. Speaking in an interview with correspondent Nnamdi Samuala, some of the females, mainly from tertiary institutions in River State, shared reasons ranging from lack of feelings to unsolicited advances from married men, urgent financial needs, disrupted schedules, and deliberate refusal to visit.
the guy toasted you, but you don't have feelings for the guy, and the guy is still insisting you should come, you just take the opportunity now and tell him, okay, send the transport, I'll come. Then you block his number.
A lot of girls do collect money because he might be a married man and they will not want anything to do with a married man, and maybe they will need the money like very urgent because of school stuff or any other thing.
I don't chop money tire. I don't go visit any boy. I know it's against the law. I not be the first person who don't do bad thing. And I not go still be the last person who go collect money from boy, no still go boy house.
They will not show up on that day. It might not be intentional. Maybe on that very day you have urgent test or submission of assignments.
Me, I feel say the boy now, in get money to squander. Since he want dispatch, myself I be rider.
Some men also explained how emotionally damaging the experience can be, adding that it often leads to taking of illicit drugs, consensual but aggressive romance, and lack of regard for such women.
I work to get money where I take give her, make she pay transport come the first time. So as she don't go chop her, she go through that same stress where I pass through take get that money.
No while I must vex, that money don't go. But I'll calm down, shut am up again, play the understanding role. She go eventually come, I'll add the first and the second one. Aggressively. To me, I feel anybody with the matured supposed stick to commitment. Once you know if you stick to commitment, he dey immature, and for bed, I go treat you like a person who not dey mature.
A sociologist, Dr. Larry Love, Ndunofit, links the trend to hunger and the economic downturn, urging parents to better guide adult children.
The parents have a role to play. You are growing adult children. You should talk to them also to be responsible. These things are more or less happening because the social system has a problem. We have systemic issues here. People are hungry, prices of things are high, and so young persons are looking for opportunities. And when they find one, morals have gone, and therefore our value system have also gone. What do you expect?
We'll go on another short commercial break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the news.
Port Harcourt.
Israel has attacked Hamas's leadership in the Qatari capital, Doha. The strike has drawn widespread global condemnation. Hamas says 5 of its members were killed in the attack, including the son of senior leader Khalil al-Hayya. A member of Qatar's security forces was also killed. Qatar has condemned the cowardly attack and says there was no prior warning of the strike from the U.S. France has called the attack unacceptable, while the UK said it violated Qatar's sovereignty, and Saudi Arabia denounced it as a brutal Israeli aggression. Meanwhile, the White House says the Israeli strike does not advance Israel or America's goals. On the news this morning, you heard Nupeng and Petron have called off their nationwide strike. You heard that the Rivers government has saved 5 billion naira from ghost workers in the recent staff verification exercise. On the foreign scene, Israel's attack on Hamas in Qatar has drawn global condemnation. The news was edited by Martha Okiri. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Ifiemi Andrew. Many thanks for listening.